stretch video. So I've just put together some really nice, easy to do back stretches for you to try at home. If you've just got 10 minutes and you feel like you need a bit of a release and a bit of a move, then this is perfect for you. It's not ideal to do first thing in the morning. So once you're up, give yourself about an hour to move about and warmed up a bit, and then have a go. They're also really nice stretches to do if you've been for a walk or a bike ride and you're nice and warmed up, okay? So we're going to start with some roll down. So we're going to come to the end of the mat here with our feet parallel at hip distance. First of all, getting that body set in that nice position. So get the weight even from side to side. Soften the knees a little bit, draw the tummy in, roll the shoulders down and back, chin in, back of the neck long, so we're nice and tall. Take a breath here, and then we're going to breathe out, bring the chin in and roll down. So again, just going as far as is comfortable. You don't have to come all the way to the floor. Just do what feels right for you. And then bend the knees loads and peel back up. Draw the tummy in, push the tailbone down, and re-stack all the way back to upright. Lovely. And again, we take a breath in here, and we breathe out, bring the chin in and roll down. Letting the arms go, letting the head go, and just releasing into that lovely stretch for the back of the legs a little bit there, but also working into the spine. Bend the knees and peel back up. So you don't want to stay there too long for this, because this is about moving the spine, isn't it? Our bodies are designed to move. Chin and roll down again. Let's just do one more here. Holding it down there just for a breath, and then bend the knees loads and peel all the way back up again. Super. So we're now going to come down to the mat onto all fours, and you can do that through another roll down if you want to, or just come down to the floor how it's comfortable for you to do. And then we come into our all fours. So the hands slightly forwards at the shoulders, knees under the hips. And let's do our little cat stretch here. So tug the tailbone down and look between the knees to arch up. And then breathe in, send the tailbone away and the chest forwards. We breathe out, scoop in through the belly. Use the pelvis to lead that movement, and then breathe in, send it away. Lovely. Breathe out, tuck under. Breathe in, send it back. Lovely. Do one more of these. And breathe in, send it back. And then bring the spine to neutral. We're going to do what we call thread needle here. So we're just going to lift our right hand up, and we're going to reach it underneath that left arm, bending the left elbow and trying to take that right shoulder close to the floor if we can. Breathe in, bring it back to the floor. And then the same with the left side. So we're threading it through, bending the right elbow, looking under that right arm. Breathe in, come back. Just keep going side to side. Breathe out, reach. You can hold it here for a breath if you want to, and then come back. So this is a lovely one for getting that rotation through the spine. And most rotation in our back happens between those shoulder blades in our thoracic spine. So this is what we're aiming for, to get that movement in the upper back, get that lovely rotation through the rib cage and through that thoracic spine. Lovely, and come back. Let's do one more to each side. Breathe out, reach, lengthen that arm away, trying to get the arm to the floor, the shoulder to the floor if you can. And one more to the other side. And back to the centre. Lovely. We're going to take the bottom back to the heels now for a nice stretch into the low back here, wriggling those fingertips away from you. And then we're going to walk the hands to the right, keeping the left hip down, reaching the left fingertips away from you. And just see if you can breathe into the left side of the ribs here. One more breath there, and then walk the hands back to the centre. And take the hands round to the left, keeping the right hip down. And just breathe into the right side of the ribs. Lovely, bring the hands back to the centre, come back up onto all fours, and take those hands a little bit further forwards. And for those of you who feel comfortable coming into a back extension position, we're going to bring those hips forwards, drop the hips and lift through the chest. Now this isn't comfortable for everyone, so if this gives you back pain, don't do it. Just go from all fours back to the bottom, to the heels, and then bring yourselves up back to all fours. If you're comfortable to bring those hips forwards, then do that, and then take the bottom all the way back. So you're moving your body between these two movements, or just going from all fours, bottom to heels, back to all fours again. So just listen to your body and do what feels right for you today. And it may be today it feels fine and tomorrow it doesn't. So just listen to your body and do what is feeling good. Lovely. Let's do 2 more of these. Come forwards, drop the hips, lift the chest. And then take that bottom back. Lovely. 1 more. Come forwards, drop the chest, drop the hips, lift the chest. And then take the bottom back to the heels. This time, if you can, take the knees really wide. If they will go as wide as the mat with the toes together, then sink the bottom back again, bring the elbows down, the head down and the chest down. And this just gives that little hip opener here. And just breathe nicely. Good, 1 more breath here. And then lift up the chest and bring those knees in. Okay, we're going to come onto our back now. So just sitting down, spinning the legs in front of you. And come and lie down on your back. And we're going to have the knees and feet together, arms nice and wide and palms up to the ceiling. And we're just going to start by rocking those knees from side to side and only going as far as is comfortable. And you should feel a nice little stretch into the low back here. And pretty much everyone I know loves this exercise. It is so nice, isn't it? It really does give you that lovely feeling of release into the back. So just taking those knees from one side to the other, take the head to the opposite side. Do 1 more side to side here. And then bring the knees back to the centre. And we're going to take the right knee up to the chest and give it a hug. And then lengthen that left leg all the way down to the floor if you can. Pull the toes up towards you, push the heel away. And keep that right knee hugged in as close as you can. Lovely. This is giving ourselves a nice little stretch into that left hip at the front of the left hip, but also stretching the low back and the hip on that right side. And then we're going to change legs. So the left leg comes up, the right leg is long down the mat. Pull the toes up on that right side and push the heel away. And just hug that left knee in towards your chest. Lovely, 1 more breath here. And then we're going to take both knees up to the chest and hug those in. And this can be a really nice release for the low back. So we just hug those knees in tightly, feel that back opening, and then release the hips back. And we hug in, and release. And hug in, and release. And for those of you who want a little bit more stretch, hug in, bring the nose to the knees and come all the way up for a lovely hug in, and then release again. Bring the feet back to the floor, and we're going to revisit that spine twist, but with a little additional stretch. So take the knees over to the left and the head to the right. And then if you want a little bit more stretch here, we extend that right leg out, drop it towards the floor, and let that body weight of that right leg just hang a little bit. But make sure your right shoulder stays on the floor. Then bend that knee back in, come back to the centre, hug the knees into the chest again. If you want to do that little nose to knees, then do a little lift up here. Then come back, feet to the floor, arms nice and wide again, palms up to the ceiling, knees to the right, head to the left. And again, just extending that left leg now and dropping it towards the floor, but keeping that left shoulder on the floor. And breathe. And feel that gorgeous stretch. Bend the knees back in. Bring them back to the centre. Hug them into your chest again. And then we're going to come back up to standing. So roll onto your side and come and sit up. And we're going to come up to standing nice and slowly, giving your blood pressure time to adjust back up to upright. And then we're going to have our feet close together. And we're going to soften through the knees. So just a little dip into those knees. Draw that tummy and the tailbone down, making sure these hips are nice and level. And we're drawing in through the center. Roll the shoulders. Fix the shoulder blades down and back. Bring the chin in. We're going to float both arms out to the side and just let those arms go nice and loose. Take a breath in to prepare. Keep the center set. As you breathe out, we're going to rotate around one side. And breathe in to come back to the center. Breathe out, rotate around the other way. Breathe in back to the center. Good. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in, come back. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in, come back. One more to each side. And again, you're feeling that we're rotating that spine through the top part of the back. And then back to the center. Bring the arms down by your side. You can straighten up the knees if you want to. You can bring the feet a little bit wider now. Hip distance or slightly wider than hip distance. Knees a little bit soft. Scoop the belly in, shoulders down and back again. So all the time we've got that lovely upright posture. We're just going to reach down to one side, bring that other arm up, and breathe in to come back. Breathe out, reach. Breathe in, come back. Good. Breathe out, reach. Breathe in, return. Lovely. Breathe out. Breathe in. One more to each side. So make this one the last one and come back to center. And then let's just remind ourselves on our posture. So feet hip distance, you might need to just pigeon toe those back in a little bit. Again, we find that nice neutral spine, set the center. Draw in through the sitting bones and lift those inner arches of the feet a little bit. Arms down by your sides, shoulder blades down and back, collarbones wide, chin in. Drawing through the pelvic floor, drawing through the belly button and breathe here. And this is that lovely upright posture that you want to try and keep as much as you can during the day. And let's have a final little breath in to take those arms up. And breathe out, come down. Breathe in, reach. Breathe out, lower. And the last one, breathe in, reach. And breathe out, lower. And that's it. How easy is that? Nice and short, doable on a daily basis, I hope. And try and work that into your little weekly routine. I'll see you next time.